Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Weirdly, I'm myself struggling on a Geo SIM, yeah. Because are you familiar with Chennai? So, okay, started. Yep. Yeah, I can't see it either. Shit. How do I go back here? Broadcast settings. Okay. Acha. Okay. Okay. Right. So what is the option to remove comments? Display message to spectators and spectator comments. Uncheck that. Acha. Where can I change this settings? अच्छा ठीक है. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay, here we are, Monza today. Okay. Okay. L2 R2. Done. Done. Okay, here we are on board with Utkarsh on his outlap. I think looks like everyone's on their outlap. Thanks, Glenn. Good to see you here as well. Yep. Monza, this is I'm sure one of the driver favorites of the entire calendar. Fast, but it's a little damp out there. I should say actually a lot more damp than little. Okay, drivers look like they're all out on softs still. We have Rajdeep Paul that set a time for now, 28:209. He's driving the Renault today. On board with him right now. Looks like he's sort of got this line going for him. Nice and cautious and easy on the power. Sector 2 right now should but he's made a mistake. Blew his lap. Yep. We have a bunch of drivers bouncing into the pits. Yep. I'm guessing. Yep. The Renault boys are out in the pit as well. I can see one of these. Yep. Right. Yep. I see that. I think we see now the timer says about 11 minutes to go. So ideally you'd want to hold off and find a rhythm and ideally have about 3 laps of fuel in the tank before you set out for the final run. Well, I started racing myself about 4 or 5 months ago, and I have the F1 game, but I just haven't had the time to get around to learning the way the car drives here. So I've been predominantly spending my time on GT Sport as well. No, I haven't. I absolutely have zero racing in background in racing. I've just been following the sport for a very long time. I'd say like 15 plus years, and I've been lucky enough to work very closely with the Indian Motorsport Circle. I do a lot of commercial work for them, and I think a lot of what I've learned is just by seeing these guys out on track. Okay, we're on board with Caesar. Yeah. We'll quickly jump back to him. I think Ashwin Lakhwani is not come out since. He's still in the pits. So is Rajdeep Paul. I think Rajdeep is out on his out lap right now. Okay, here we go on board with Caesar driving the Rocket Williams. Yep, someone should link the stream to Claire William, huh? Yep, especially when you have the weather like this. Yep. Yep. Oh, we have someone else who's binned it. Mayank 7799. And we have Ace. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I seem to have got that wrong. That's the Alpha. Ace is Indian Alpha. I think right now we're tracking Ashwin, who's starting his flying lap. Looks like. Okay, here we are on board with Ashwin. So far very tidy in Sector 1. Okay, he's there very cleanly as well. Needs to get a nice exit. And Ferrari getting out of the way as well. Yep. Treacherous. Yeah, I can imagine. I haven't driven much here myself, but I can imagine. Oh, back on board with Rajdeep, starting his flying lap right now. Trying to get a nice exit out of the last corner, which will slingshot him down the straight. So I have a quick question for you, Glenn, which I think my rule book needs a little brushing up. So when these guys are out on their quali lap and they encounter a yellow flag, do they have to lift off in that sector? Okay. 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 Oh. Yes, what was that about? He's binned his lap as well with 4 minutes to go left on the clock. Yep. We have another person who's retired from the session as well. And there's someone on who's binned it and he's on track right there. I think that's Imran. Someone's coming out on mediums here, Utkarsh. Uh-huh. All right. Right. Okay. Right. Nice. Funny, I see that my timing monitor shows me that he's on mediums, but I see him with the red wall tires on the car. Okay. Could so Glenn, quick question back to you again. Could you think you could explain to our viewers why, even though it's raining out there, none of the drivers are opting for intermediates or wets? Uh-huh. Right. Okay. Uh-huh. Right. So is the weather in this game dynamic? Does it change throughout the course of a race? Right. So we might see the opportunity for the intermediates to still be used, irrespective of what might happen now. Okay, we have a new leader, I think, with like a minute to go. No one else has gone fastest. 127.093. Ah, okay, right, 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 right. And looks like he's done with his qualifying. Ashwin Lakwani is in sector 3, looking good. That's a great exit from the Parabolica, and he's aborted his lap as well, diving into the pits. Rajdeep has finished for the day. Do we have anyone else on the track? I think Shah, we're riding on board with Shah 2 to 4, and he's done as well. So looks like we okay on board with one of the Renault boys right now, who's still on his last lap. I think he's encountering some traffic in the Alfa Romeo ahead. Might help him get a tow though. I'm not sure if the Alpha is on a flying lap as well, or if he's holding up the Renault right now. Okay. I wonder what happened there for Sonic though. He was right up on the tail of the Alpha, decided to back out of his lap. Done. Alright. I think that wraps up qualifying. So running through the grid. Okay, so we have a 25% distance of laps today, which roughly equates to about 12 to 13 laps. I'm sure the drivers will be happy as well, Glenn. Good morning, Glenn. Good night, rather, for all you folks in India watching the stream. Thank you, and very happy to be here in Monza for my first ever F1 race in the virtual world. So we had a wet qualifying session, so I'm sure the drivers are happy that it is a spanking dry track now for the race. Okay. Charge out straight out of the gates. Both we have, looks like one of the Ferraris is on the softs, the other Ferrari is on the mediums, so they've split their strategy as well. We have a couple of people glitching on my screen, but wishing them all luck. Hope they get off on the start. Okay, moving to tracking with race leader right now, Noah West. We have Ashwin in P2, and Tariq should get a nice run up to C1, starting right behind the leader. It's lights out and away we go. We have a little bit of bumping there, and yep. Tariq coming under attack as well from the Renault and the Ferraris. We have some action down the road as well with both the Renaults following right behind each other. The midfield seems to be bunched up here. The Renaults going side by side. Yep. Okay. On board with Shams, the Ferrari right now. Someone's gone wide there in the last corner. Parabolica, one of the Red Bulls, and I'm sure he's going to come on the attack from the Ferrari. On board with the Ferrari. P7 right now. We can see him right in front. Oh, that's a great lunge down the outside. Oh, and there's contact between the Red Bull and the Ferrari. I thought he had that move done. CH5 is sticking to the leaders as well, number 1 and number 2 hanging on to them. So what lap does the DRS come on, Glenn, here? Okay, so we have Ashwin within 1 second of the leader. He seemed to have made a mistake in Parabolica there. The gap dropped a little bit down to 1.2. No, SS seems to... Okay, on board with the Haas right now, and he should have DRS on this lap. And Nazim is now under attack from the Red Bull behind. Aditya Patnaik should get the move done, and that's and we see the Ferrari is gone, spinning out on the curbs. Not a good day for the Ferrari fans. We have one down in 17 and the other down in 18. On board right now with Mercurial Caesar, Tariq Rahman. Nice exit outside Parabolica and very clean sitting in the slipstream. Yep. Sitting nicely, yes, takes to the outside. Would you think he might get the move done before the next corner? Yeah, I think Tariq was a little too quick there. Cutting back, yeah, he might find the toe again and maybe attack down into the next set of chicanes. And here we have Rajdeep catching the DRS as well, pulling right into the back of. pits and okay, on board, yes. His teammate Azim is staying out though in the other Sister Williams car. We have the Red Bull and then done out of the pits, the Ferrari into the pits as well. I think Tariq just started off a chain of pit stops. Oh, that's interesting to see one of the Ferraris go on the harder tires here. So back with our leaders right now. We have Noah West, who's managed to pull out a gap of about 2 seconds over Ashwin. And Ashwin, who in turn has also managed to pull out a 2-second gap over CH55. So and I think we have some action going on with the Force India and the Mercedes as well. Yeah. Alright, riding on board with Skinny right now. Yellow flag in this sector. I'm not sure who had a little off there. But he's got DRS engaged right now and is hauling the pink Force India in. Or should I say Racing Point. Oh, and he's managed. No, he lost it on his own there coming out of Askari, and I think he's nudged Imran, who's picked up some damage as well. Yes, that looked like an unforced error. That looked absolutely like an unforced error. Oh, this has gone from bad to worse. And I think it was Caesar trying to follow through as well, but didn't work out. Should have the move done now on the straight. Dives into the pits. Yep. Okay, moving up the order, we have Mayank, who's sort of riding by himself at the moment. Same with CH55, who's not. We have 7B in the Racing Point, who's managed to jump a few places in the pit stops, I think, because he now suddenly finds himself up in P3. Or it could be that CH55 had an error while we were not looking. I think further down the field we have a fight between Azim and Patnaik. The other Rocket and the Red Bull, these guys are going neck and neck for the moment. Side by side, who will be the late breaker here into C1? Oh, that's actually fairly clean. That went off pretty well for both of them. I think Aditya will have to bide his patience. And oh, and there you have your answer. There you have your answer. Yeah, and I was wrong about the Racing Point. I think he was found himself in P3 only because he hadn't pit, because he's now down in P11. Oh, and evasive action by the Alfa Romeo, and he's spun out into the gravel. That's effectively Rusev's. Well, I think the gap's holding for right now, because he was catching him in Sector 2, but he's lost him a bit in Sector 3, so it'll be interesting to see if he'll get any toe down the straight. Rajdeep is pretty much following Tariq at the same distance as well. 3 laps to go. Both these cars separated by 2 seconds, a little over 2.5 seconds. I think it was more than that. It was more than that. It looks like about 6/10 now through the first 2 sectors. With 2 laps left, but I think CH55 also had a mistake there, which probably led to the difference in timing as well. Okay, we're on our penultimate lap with Tariq. I'm going to wait another lap before I make any predictions, Glenn. Yep, 1.9. This is looking good for Tariq Rahman. Will he try to outbrake him? And there he goes, but completely misses his braking point. And Mayank goes through as well. You seem to be in full flow tonight, Glenn. Quickly running back up to Tariq. Gap still holding at 1.8 as we start our final lap. Up out in front we have Noanes, who seems to have this race pretty well covered and up and out in the bag. Same with Ashwin. And there we see Tariq again. He seems to be particularly strong on the brakes, but the Haas just punches out over the corners and the gap just seems to open up all over again. But this is the closest it's been, down to 1.4 seconds. I think this is Tariq giving it everything. Oh, this has come down to an absolute nail biter on the last lap. Three tenths. Oh, I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough. And we have the checkered flag. It's a brilliant drive by CH55. Coming to think of it, I actually think he judged it down to perfection. He sort of knew what he was doing with his fuel. We have some people who are running down further down the grid who've not finished as well. Just quickly running down the back of the field. Azim. They're all pretty spaced out at the moment. And here you go, racing point 15 and 16 with the Racing Point and the Williams taking it down to the wire. I'm afraid that's I think he's run out of fuel. Is that what that was? He's sort of strangely slowed down in the last corner, the Racing Point. Alright folks, that was some definitive driving by Noah West. He started out on pole, kept it clean right through the first and stayed there all the way till the end. Okay, there you have it, the final classification. We have one known as Ashwin, CH55, Caesar, Rajdeep Paul, great job in the Renault, Utkarsh, Shah, and Aditya rounding up Aditya, Imran, and Sonic rounding up the top 10. Not a good day for the Mercedes boys. Flipper down in 11 and Skinny down in 13. We have the Alphas finishing one car apart as well. And we have Azim. I'm sorry, guys, folks. I lost the screen there. I'm not sure who the last five are. Well, I had the jitters before I came in because I'd never done anything like this before. But this is I could totally get addicted to this. Yeah, this is just as much commentary, is just as much fun as driving. And it was great to see Utkarsh. Azim. Oh, I'm mixing up my names now. I'm sorry. It's great to see the top three put out such a commanding performance. Good night, folks. Enjoy your weekend.